when you look at the human body, right? There's these points. You got the shoulders, the elbows, these places, all these places, your hips, and all this, the curving places. There's parts where it's straight and it doesn't curve and all that. So all these things are they're tools, they're things that you can use as leverage.
Handles.
Yeah, the handles. Yeah, like the handles that you can start poking. If I push on this shoulder here, this shoulder's going to come forward. If I push on this shoulder here, this shoulder's going to come forward. It's only natural to do that. If I push on this hip, it's going to collapse, right? That's going to fold. Those are places where there's folding. His elbow here, this elbow. If I hit here on this arm, this elbow's going to fold, right? If I twist this like this elbow, this straight piece is here. If I want to just flip it like a baton, forget about here. This is going to rip this like a chicken wing. You ever rip out a chicken wing? It's the same thing. This is the chicken wing right here. So this here. So here's where we talk about postures and forms and the transition stuff. So you're in this kind of, if I were to try to hold this person's hand here, if I really wanted to launch him, it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna lift. He's gonna fight. He's gonna resist a little bit. He's gonna resist. But the thing is, you've got to learn to use leverage. And he can't resist two directions at the same time. He's going to resist the downward motion, the twisted motion. He's going to choose one, and the one he doesn't choose is the one that he's going to use as leverage, right? So this is going to crank him here, but for you got to worry about this other arm he's not going to work because he can't get to that arm. If that arm comes in, you're going to do that. So this here, once that arm comes in, that's going to force you to go this way, and that's going to yank. He's going to rip out his shoulder. I don't want to do that. Well, that'll rip out his shoulder, right? That'll just. So we learn forms, and you see in like forms, you see these movements. This kind of movement, right? And you learn to go in and out of that movement with strength. Right? So that's the same thing. Once you're in a position with someone, we do these forms and you learn to do them with strength. If you're in the position with him, you're like, okay, how do I want to be like a goat, but it feels like I'm struggling, But then you recognize that you have put yourself in position, then you go that way with it. That will give you all the power you need. Just do the move. It's always just do the move. Just do the move. That's the move, yeah. But I got to think about it. I'm like, going, no, Joe, just do it. Going from here, just. But that's going in and out of these. You've seen what's happening is people see the end of the technique, but what's happening is the technique is happening in the between portion of it. It's in the middle. It's like you don't know if you're. It's never going to be at the beginning because the beginning there's nothing happening. It's not going to be the end because the end is over. It's getting into the blender. You got to get into the blender while the movement. I have to get you in here. If I'm doing this, I'm hitting you now, but I'm finishing out here. But the power is in between here and here. So it's being able to know how to get yourself in and out of these postures with power. So because even if I'm in here even if we're in like a scuffle, if you can hold on to my shoulder or anything. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. He's like, all right, I just want to get out of this. You know what I mean? Because you're just what you're doing is just putting your body in a motion that you've done a million times, and you do it with strength. Right? This is just the move. This is the move, right? So at what point he throws a punch, whatever, I'm picking up with that one, right?
It sounds like what you're saying is that it starts with the find, but even before that initial contact where you intercept the other person, the circle's already started.
It's already started.
The blunder's on.
Yes, exactly. It's already motion. It's already in motion. So it's like you can't stop the wave. The wave is already started. It's just what is the wave going to look at the end? Is it going to be a wave with claws and waves or whatever it is? The wave is the internal energy that's really being cultivated here and being utilized. What it does at the end, it could be anything. It really doesn't matter what the final expression is. But we do Tai Chi, we do it slow, we do it, so we cultivating this stuff. We're cultivating all this power. And then we're learning how to direct it now. So we do transit posture, do the form over and over. You're just doing the forms over and over. Like we do this stuff so much, you don't even have to think about it anymore.